the best, if not one of the best free things to do in London.
Oh my goodness me, and the sun's shining. Oh, I bet they've got some good treats in there. What in the Harry Potter are these?
Well, hello guys, welcome to another fun little free museum vlog. This is highly requested, but I am outside the world famous Victoria and Albert or VNA Museum here in South Kensington. And the VNA is all about creativity and advancing our cultural knowledge and inspire makers, creators and innovators everywhere. And some of the exhibits are over 5,000 years old, so I'm excited. I haven't been here in a little while, so let's head on in. I used to come here all the time and it's everything from fashion to marble sculptures, and also it is free. Look at that. I think that is a perfect example of the V&A, the old with the new. Look at that dome ceiling. And I think even if you're not really into history, it's just fun to come to these places for a little bit of a mooch. Every corner of this place, yes, there is a cloakroom. You can leave bags for £5 to £7. I think coats for £3. But yeah, every corner has got incredible architecture, and then the actual items inside are stunning. This is the medieval and Renaissance section. Also, I want to acknowledge, if you're new to my channel, this is not like a history channel. I like to just show you free things that I get up to or whatever I'm up to at the weekend. It's a Saturday, it's quiet. I did a history museum video a few weeks ago and it was crazy, and honestly the line was huge. I did not have to book a ticket, even though it's free. You do have to do that at the history museum and I think the science museum. But yes, let's have a look. And where's the fashion bit? Let's have a look at some nice clothes. There are specific sections for many, well, basically every part of the world. South Asia over there. There's everything for everyone. Gosh, I feel like everyone must be down at the history museum. The V&A, I think I prefer. I've always loved this fashion section. They have everything from basically 1900 to the early 2000s. And it's just a fun way to get like a glimpse of how women's fashion has changed. I always like the 1920s to 30s stuff. It's so detailed, it's so beautiful to see. Like all the intricate beading, hopefully you can see that. We do have a sprinkle of men's as well in here, tailored to fit 40s and 60s. But yeah, we have cabinet after cabinet. Anyone remember this? Mary Quant, 70s, 60s to 70s. Oh, I like this one. This is very glamorous. I like the far right. Bag is Dior, the outfit is Chanel. So yeah, they have loads and loads of gorgeous things to look at. And again, this is free, guys. Radical fashion, the 1990s, all the way through to 2015. The Harry Styles J.W. Anderson cardigan. John Galliano, there is a paid exhibition called Diva. I'm not going to that today. But yeah, such a gorgeous space to look around. Oh, look at this one. This will be the last one I show you. Look at that Valentino dress. My gosh, look at it with like the crazy creature on it. That is gorgeous. As I said, there is literally a section for every single region and some human history on how we've created stuff. It's really quite something. We'll look through the garden and then head on to some of the other floors. Okay, so they had in there 6 beautiful tapestries which were made for the Sistine Chapel. Incredible to see. I mean, look at this entire sculpture area. Absolutely stunning. And there are free tours as well as the room goes along. Yeah, 1600 to 1950. There's also a lot of people doing life drawing. We will go to the gift shop, don't worry guys. I'm just in the China section. Yeah, they've got a whole section on ruling, on religion, Buddhism. But some of these items are honestly so old, hundreds, 500 plus years old. So ornate. This is the Japanese section from 1800. Oh, can you look at that? I mean, what on earth? Where else are you going to see this type of thing? Yeah, I used to come here all the time when I was a student. You'd come here for a bit of inspiration as a designer. But even the building at the V&A is something worth a visit. Before we explore further into the museum, let me talk to you about my paid partnership with BetterHelp. Now, therapy is something that has always been recommended to me over the years from my friends, and quite often we're too busy day to day to even think about or consider about where to look to even start when it comes to therapy. I know people who have been way too scared to go to a physical office, to sit on a cold leather sofa, to talk about their mental health, and with BetterHelp, you can simplify and remove the awkwardness that may come with trying to find a therapist that's right for you. BetterHelp allows you to pick what type of therapy is right for you, so whether it's a live chat on your phone, a video call, or just a simple phone call, you aren't restricted by what is available, maybe in your local area, and that's even if you have anything in the town that you might live in. Get matched with an accredited therapist, and also if the match isn't right for you, you can easily try chatting with someone new until you are happy with your match. Give BetterHelp a go. Go to betterhelp.com/Hannah Ricketts, use my link, simply answer a few questions and get matched. And by using and choosing Hannah Ricketts on your sign up, you will get a discount on your first month. So give it a go. Thanks BetterHelp, and back to the Japan area.
They've done this beautifully, haven't they? Look at this, how it's displayed. Now this is my cup of tea. There's a whole section on tea drinking, guys. From, 1200 onwards. And of course, samurai as well. Look at all of these swords. Gosh, look at that one. That one is incredible. That is from, blade date is 1682. Oh my god, that literally just scared the life out of me. She's in a little boat. Something has just caught my eyes. Here we go. Traditional forms of Japanese dress, such as the kimono, did not have pockets. A man would carry everyday items. If only that was how things were now. Us women, we've always got so much stuff to take with us, but there's also a whole section on modern and contemporary with a very squeaky floor as well. Little Hello Kitty. Hello Kitties everywhere, my gosh. Look at these phones. These just make me feel incredibly old. I'm not that old. Comment below, did anyone have one of these? Just looking at some of the modern work that they've got here. Look at this, it's porcelain. I'm gonna zoom in. How in the heck, did they make that? Okay, let's scoot a little bit more into the daylight. Oh gosh, that seems very bright, yes. This room, the medieval and Renaissance, is just incredible. I need to stop saying stunning. I know that winds everyone up. I'm like, how did they get it on the wall? And this, is it in pieces? It must be. How did they put that together? What a nightmare.
Also, I'm really sorry if I'm talking a little bit quiet or the audio seems crazy, but I don't want to disturb anyone, and I don't want to be in these rooms being like, hey guys, welcome to my channel. Like and subscribe. Either way, you should probably like this video.
But I have to show you this section, the cast quartz. This is something that I remember vividly from when I was much, much younger. Look at this, this is crazy. Oh my goodness me, and the sun's shining. I can't even, look, I mean that man there, look how big this is. That must be 3 stories high. I know museums aren't for everyone, but I think even walking around somewhere like this, even for an hour, I don't know, I think it's good for me anyway. Just wait for it, guys. Here is another epic room. I think the scale probably just isn't coming across on camera, but trust me, I mean, there's a few people down there. You can see how big some of these casts are, replicas. But yeah, this area was created to basically educate people on, history, and that's why they've made all of these replicas, so that people like you and me over the last however many years can come and learn. Lots of inspiration to be found in this place. I don't remember there being this much. I mean, even along the corridors, contemporary Korean crafts, land of the hats. Okay, let's head on outside for a little bit of fresh air. Spring is finally here, you guys. Look at that bluish sky. This building is absolutely wonderful to walk around, and lots of people enjoying. There's a cafe, you can sit outside.
Okay, I'm gonna head on upstairs. I find it crazy how quiet it is in here. Oh gosh, there's a lot of stairs. This is very palatial. Now it's only open Tuesdays to Thursdays, but the National Art Library, I'm just gonna stick my camera against the window because look at this. Oh, whoa, that is incredible. Oh, I bet they've got some good treats in there. But not to worry, people, we have got stained glass, jewellery, Renaissance and everything in between. Gosh, I'm a bit overwhelmed. Where do we go? Should we go that way? It's like a computer game. Or should we go that way? I think we go this way first. Oh, that's why I'm confused. I went up one stairs and it's gone to the second floor. Where's the first floor?
Okay, the one thing I should have done is brought my glasses with me because it's a bit dark in here.
Wow, look at the ceiling. I have never been to the photography centre, but look at all of these cameras they have on display. Speaking of which, I think I might need to buy the little Osmo camera that everyone keeps telling me to get. It is wild to see the progression. Look how big these cameras are. All the way up to, I guess, the top row is modern-ish, modern times. Telling you, everything always ends with a weird video. Do you sit on the chairs or not? Okay, I must confess, this is much harder to film than I thought it would be because it's so quiet, like I can't really talk properly. Yeah, and this camera I think is a bit, like you're allowed to film in here, but it feels a bit intrusive. But anyway, I hope you're enjoying this unofficial bad history tour.
And just gone into the jewellery section. Oh my gosh, I feel like this is better than the crown jewels at the Tower of London. I love the naturalism ones. These are, look at that, sparkly. They've got a lot of royal jewellery, a lot of Queen Victoria, understandably, some of her stuff, but whoa, this is definitely better than the crown jewels. I think I'm going backwards. I started at the 1900s, right, 1950. There's so much in here. Let me show you some of my faves that catch my eye. It says it's from about 1950. A brooch in the form of a diesel locomotive. Just what you need. Some of this is so funky looking. Look at her. Yeah, anything classed as naturalism, kind of organic, leaves, plants, butterflies are definitely my favourite. I'm not sure if that's going to come out too well. Oh, look at these. Medicine and magic. Jewellery for well-being. Oh, wow. What in the Harry Potter are these? Yeah, you held whatever you needed in these little flasks. And signet rings and gigantic rings all the way back to 1200. Which brings us to 700 AD. There's always some kind of snake design, I think, from back all those years. And then the oldest they've got, 1500 BC. This is such a lovely display. They have this swirl with every single, well, an assorted array of gemstones. Look at these. Yeah, comment below, guys. Which one? Which one do you want? Going through that jewellery section, honestly, has made me so happy. I think I thought some of that was in the History Museum. I couldn't remember which museum it was in, but I don't know, I think I do personally prefer this one, and it's a lot easier to get into. You do always have to queue for the History Museum now. Stained glass window after window after window. I do find them a little bit creepy though. Again, maybe it's the church thing, I'm not sure, but I mean, there's just so many incredible things to look at in here. By the way, this is not an ad for the VNA. I don't think I've been here maybe for like 2 years. Even a very fancy looking Bible. I've just spent the last 10 minutes being a little bit lost. There are definitely worse places in the world to get lost. Look at all this marble. Like, where is everyone? I don't understand. But I do have to say, this has to be the best, if not one of the best free things to do in London.
I mean, come on. Look at the clock. Even coming in to see things like this is worth the visit. Gosh, again, imagine being in charge of that project, hanging that thing. No, thank you. Right, we're going into, very briefly, the ironwork section. And the reason I say briefly, guys, many, many years ago, when I was young and at uni, we came to this ironwork section. I think this was at uni, and we had to do like a project, and we basically spent like 2 hours in this section. I'm traumatized. Even X number of years later, I don't want to look at another iron gate. Like, no, I don't need to look at these again. It's not all black iron. Look at this. Look how ornate that is. Very fancy. They've got basically all the history, all the different types of designs that went into ironwork from the early 19th century. Even a section on how tin design has evolved. I mean, to be fair, this is actually quite cool. I'm taking the mick out of it, but look at that biscuit tin. Look at that one, Atlantic liner. That's awesome. Oh, do you know what? I need more time in here. And then we're getting really old. Did they have biscuits back in the day? I'm sure they did. That was a really stupid thing to say, actually, probably, Hannah. What's the oldest tin that we've got, or casket? Oh, blimey. Yeah. Ooh. 1350. Which one's that? Number 2. Oh, look at that. That's very, very fancy. Right, and then there's a section on weather veils. Like, I'm done. Let's move on to the next bit. Ugh. Oh. I'm hoping no one saw me do that. I mean, there's worse stairs to fall down, and they probably hurt, to be honest, all this marble. Right, let's have a scoot around here. Like, I don't get it. Where is everyone? Why are people not coming here? It's so quiet in here. I can't really vlog. I mean, no one's in here, but still, I don't really want to chat away. All right, I think this might be all the creepy British things. Let's have a look. Oh, yeah, creepy vibes already. I don't know, like, even that's creeping me out. Even armour is a little bit creepy. There's not much armour in here. I think you do probably have to go to the Tower of London for that. They have quite a lot in there. I was thinking there's a clock section, but I think that's the British Museum. I've kind of got my wires crossed on that. But yeah, lots of tapestries and whatnot. I just looked and I've done nearly 7,000 steps since I've been here. Definitely red trainers, but yeah, let's check out this last section. Architecture. I used to want to be an architect. Don't know why, I went through a phase. Anyway, as expected, they've got kind of the full history of how buildings were designed, the meaning behind them, through to incredibly modern designs and concepts. Presenting architectural models. I remember I knew some people who did architecture. I don't think us normal folk realise how hard it is and expensive architectural models are to make. I don't know, comment below. Are you an architect? The actual building. They've got a section on workspaces. Yeah, loads of different things. Even this, the shipyard. Which brings us to glass. My gosh, they have got everything. From this little one. Even candlestick holders. Look at those. Yeah, there's quite the selection. This is a really good one to come to if you are into design. Oh my God, there's an upstairs as well. I think I might be a bit glassed out in a minute. But as expected, the ancient world, as you can see, 1550 BC. What? Some of this must be replicas, right? It's also interesting to see how colour is used and not used. It's kind of like a gap in some of the centuries, and then it gets a bit colourful again, and then yeah, the kind of 1900 to 2000s a little bit, but a smidge in the 90s. Anyway, this is probably not what you expected from this vlog, me talking about colours of glass. But anyway, I think it might be time. Let's go on this little mezzanine. I'm loving the daylight in this museum. It's incredible. Oh, we can go down here. Okay, I nearly forgot. Exit through the gift shop. I think this gift shop's pretty good, actually. I've always had comments of people being like, can you show the gift shop at the V&A? I'll show what I can. Oh my gosh, it's getting busier now. This is definitely like a post-lunch kind of place to come. Not sure why. Come in the morning. Lots of jewellery. What have we got from like £50 to £200? Can't really show you everything, but yeah, I'm not sure what designer it is. Oh, there we go. So it does have a note. Mirabelle. Lots of other designers. £40. That seems quite reasonable. Oh, there we go. Someone's been comp shopping at Fortnum and Mason and Liberty. Good idea. They've got V&A print, and then they've got biscuits inside. How much are biscuits? Oh, there we go. £10 for a tin of biscuits. A little tray. Is this Morris? This looks like William Morris. Is this not? Yes, it is. Morris and Co. Nice little tray there. How much is that? £35. There's a lot of Morris print stuff on everything, actually. I don't know. Maybe you're in the market for a little Victorian Albert, £15. Clothes for women, £13.50. They obviously have tons of little like kind of knickknacks. Yeah, £4, £1.50 for a pencil. And the tote bags are £10, which I think is quite reasonable. Oh, they've got loads of really beautiful prints. Notepads, £5, £10, and even bars of soap I just saw. Magnets, some baubles as well. How much are they? They're about £7-8. Umbrellas. Oh, and little soaps as well. They've got some prints for sale as well, but also postcards. You don't see these that often. 5 for £3, which I think is incredibly cheap. They have got some fashion bits. I did say that there's a Diva exhibition at the moment, so some specific stuff for that as well. But I just saw these. Look at these. Yeah, the little patches. Do they iron on? Let's have a look if I can flip it over. Oh, I don't know. Do you just embroider it on for £3? I think that's quite reasonable. And they've got quite the little selection. That Morris stuff was very, very busy. God, they've got loads in here. They had Book of the Month. They've got lots of shackets and different fashion designers, socks. This gift shop is absolutely incredible. 10 out of 10. Oh, this jewellery is really pretty from Michael Michaud, I think is how I pronounce it. I would never think to come in here to look for jewellery. These would be, oh, look at that. These would be lovely presents. I really want to buy some jewellery now. They've got loads of bits. I just noticed these. Oh, what's his name, the artist? I wonder if these are like £25. They've got loads of colours. I'd quite like that on a little key ring. What, £2? No, that can't be right. Why are these so cheap? They're adorable. Look at that, it's a cup and saucer. £5. Some of this is really cheap. And for £12.50 you have the ones that are a little bit more fancy. They've got obviously the split seam. I think the the totes are really nice. There's a bit of a bum fight for them over the corner. Look at these cufflinks. They are fun. Whew, it's starting to get warm in there. It's like 19 degrees today. Oh shit, it's gorgeous. Well, there we go. That was my very informal and slightly awkward tour of the VNA Museum. I did do my best. Museums are always really, really hard to film in, and I'm not a voiceover girl. It's not really my thing, so I hope it felt like you have come to the VNA here in South Kensington. It is quite the treat for it being free. If you're wondering, my sunglasses are from And Other Stories. I think they're only about £25, if you're wondering. Probably not. But anyway, guys, what day is it? It's the weekend. On Friday, you'll be seeing a lovely lunch with my sister. So make sure you subscribe. Something very different. I'm all about alternating and mixing things up on this channel now. But remember, check out BetterHelp if you would like to. Use the link in the description. And I will see you, yes, on Friday at 6 p.m. Subscribe, like, and all that jazz. Bye, guys.